Today we're going to be ranking bulk Magic the Gathering cards on a tier list. Really weird cards, though. All right, we're going to start off with Little Dead Fly's suggestion, the Bone Shard Slasher. Its bulk is less than 50 cents and has Threshold. But is it good enough? It's a 2-mana 1/1 horror with flying. Threshold, Bone Shard Slasher gets +2/+2 and has when Bone Shard Slasher becomes the target of a spell or ability, you have to sacrifice it. That is awful. This is beyond bad. So it gets bigger, but it's more vulnerable. It's against a good, it's good against a deck that doesn't target stuff. So if you're up against, I don't know, maybe a combo deck, but this seems really slow to get going. Would not be a fan of the Bone Shard Slasher. All right, so we're going to put this into... I think this is pretty bad. But, it's still a removal. It will still 1-for-1 you, no matter... Like, if you get targeted, it's probably going to kill it anyway. It's just that this dies to, like, anything. Like, even a Lava Dart, for crying out loud. Okay, next up, let's go with Steve Cooper's Leech-Ridden Swamp. Should be an interesting show because I got no frame of reference to how good or bad any of these cards should be. The Leech-Ridden Swamp it's a swamp, which is really, really good. So you can fetch that out with fetch lands, Polluted Delta. It's a fetchable card. Enters the battlefield, tap, pay a black, tap. Each opponent loses 1 life. Activate only if you control 2 or more black permanents. Love it. I actually like this card. So it has some useful utility. If your opponent's super low on life total, slowly drain them down to nothing. Ooh, the only problem with this card is it doesn't have, like, a very identifiable image. Okay, this might be S tier because this is a fetchable land. I'm going to put an A tier for now because I have no frame of reference for how good or bad any of these cards are. They could be disgustingly terrible for all I know. Oh boy, with Sheltering Prayers. We have a white enchantment. Basic lands each player controls can't be the target of spells or abilities as long as that player controls 3 or fewer lands. Ooh. So basically, don't touch my lands with Wasteland, Strip Mine. Is there anything else? Does anyone play a whole lot of land destruction these days? But only if you're very low on land drops. If you're up on a lot of land drops, it doesn't matter. Now, on top of that, does not protect you from Armageddon. Does not protect... Yeah, it doesn't protect from obliterate-like effects or wildfire. It doesn't say your lands can't be sacrificed. I would say this is, like, super, super niche. It's really niche. I think it's better off you just play another basic land to replace it. I'll put this in the C tier. We have our first super chat of the day from a little, I believe it's Little MX Doom. I guess renamed to Little Mr. Doom. Genesis. Is this really bulk? Is this really like 50 cents? Oh, I guess there's just a million of them of these days. Yeah, I guess it's relegated to bulk status. 5 mana for a 4/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Genesis is in your graveyard, you can pay 3 mana. If you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. What? Any creature card? This is insane. I mean, it's busted. 3 mana to bring anything back? It's basically regrowth every single turn, right? If it's in your graveyard with no other conditions. I thought it was bringing itself back to your hand. But if it brings any creature back, I mean, I think that's busted. You can combo that with mill effects. So, I mean, okay, you play around counter spells because you can keep regurgitating the creature over and over again. You can have a self-mill strategy, which helps you bring, almost like tutor your best cards into your graveyard. I think there's a lot of utility to Genesis. S tier. Beautiful, beautiful S tier. Prevents enchant basic lands? Well, is that like a big deal? What are you trying to... What, Spreading Seas? I can't name a whole lot of those cards. You must live in a very weird metagame. Okay, Christopher B with Fiery Bombardment. This is a 2-mana enchantment with Chroma. So it's going to look at the mana costs of your cards. The colored symbols, to be specific. Pay 2 mana, sacrifice a creature. Fiery Bombardment deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of red mana symbols in the sacrificed creature's mana cost. I think this card has a lot of potential. So if you play a deck with it's like Super Seal of Fire. Now, it costs a lot more mana than Seal of Fire, but it can deal a whole lot more damage. And especially red, they don't know how to... It's hard for red to scale a lot more damage. The best thing they got is like the X spells, spend more mana, deal more damage. In this case, get more red mana pips on the battlefield and blast your opponent away for way more damage. I think this has a lot of utility, and I think that is A-tier quality. Very A-tier quality. Next up, we have another super chat come from John. Magus of the Abyss. Repetitive removal is good. Magus of the Abs, you say. Well, this Magus maybe has been working out. You can see there's actually a lot of muscle on this guy. It's a 4-mana, 4/3 human wizard. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, destroy target non-artifact creature that player controls of their choice, though. It can't be regenerated. Definitely has a lot of potential. If you are playing a deck like some sort of smoke stacks like deck, making your opponent sacrifice things repeatedly, at some point there's just nothing they can't sacrifice. And on top of that, it's really nice that they have to destroy a non-artifact creature. So yeah, your soul ring that you have in play or a bunch of treasures, no, you're not allowed to sacrifice those things. You have to sacrifice the good stuff. Magus of the Abyss, I like this card. It's not beautiful because your opponent still gets the choice, but I think it's still strong. A tier. Genesis with Descend. Yeah, basically. Aaron with Living Wall. Living Wall. A very disgusting image. Very disgusting. 4 mana, 0/6 with Defender. Pay 1 mana, regenerate your Living Wall. Unfortunately, not very big creature. You know, I don't know if this is where... It's basically a 4 mana, 0/6. And frankly, if it dies, it dies. I think it deserves to die. Okay, I'm going to put this in the C tier. At least it's a wall. You have a constant regenerating wall. Obi Rad just popped in. Can someone run down the weird part of the prompt? Just weird cards. You know, if it's like target creature gets +2, +0, then it's not probably not for the show. It's something very interesting. So Living Wall is a weird card. Mostly based on art, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. 4 mana for this blob of random tissue and stuff. Okay, Magnum Opus Gold with Immortal Coil. I have a feeling you asked for this card every show. Oh, we haven't actually seen this in a little while. Okay, this is a 4 mana artifact tap. Remove 2 cards in your graveyard from the game. Draw a card. If damage would be dealt to you, prevent that damage. Remove a card in your graveyard from the game for each 1 damage prevented this way. And then when there are no cards in your graveyard, you lose the game. Ooh, it's double-edged. We could be dead. We need to keep a really full graveyard. It has potential, though. But you also... So basically, you're turning your graveyard into your life source. It's almost like it's necropotence for the graveyard. I think it has potential. You have to build around it, though. It's a big build around card. A tier. Definitely can backfire. A lot of graveyard hate out there. Suddenly Tormod's Crypt says exile target player's life total. That's basically what it is. So that's the downside to this card. With great graveyard comes great responsibility. You could die at any moment. Is Relic of Progenitus popular in Commander? Little Mr. Doom. That's Mr. Doom to you. Altar of the Goyf. Is this like the Goyf statue? It is 5 mana kindred artifact. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of card types among cards in all graveyards. And Lurgoyf creatures you control have trample. I actually think that this is a pretty decent card, especially in Commander. If people have a lot of blockers gumming up the board, it's so annoying trying to deal damage, and this, at least in a Tarmogoyf deck, lets you be able to push through for that damage. So I would not say it's super great, because you still need an army, but I don't think it's that bad. It might be A tier, but I'm going to put in B tier. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Okay, next up, we got Benjamin Berkey with Gorilla Titan. Well, you want a banana this big, huh? Is that the card? I want a banana this big. 5 mana for a 4/4 Trampler. Gorilla Titan gets +4/+4 as long as there are no cards in your graveyard. This is the opposite of the Immortal Coil. Complete opposite. I don't think this is that impressive of a card. Maybe this should... Okay, you know what? I'm going to put it in B tier. It's okay. It's okay. I feel like this and the Lurgoyf statue are miles apart, though. Maybe this should be in the C tier. I mean, this is... You know what? I can't do it. I can't do it. You know what? We're demoting some of this crap. This is going down. We found out what our D tier status is, so this is C tier. All right, this is some... C tier is like random power and toughness. Completely random. B is for banana. Next up... Stormy Cat with Phantasmal Sphere. Two mana for an illusion, flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, then sacrifice this creature unless you pay 1. For each +1/+1 counter on it, so it's like commutative upkeep, except we get a buff out of it. When this creature leaves the battlefield, target opponent creates an XX blue orb creature token with flying, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on this creature. No, thank you.
No, God, please, no.
No, this is a card that helps my opponents more than it helps me. D tier. I will probably die to my own creature eventually. And they don't even have to pay. I had to pay. Why doesn't my opponent have to pay this stupid Phantasmal Sphere tax? Next super chat from the gracious Kagan with Orchard Spirit has flying at home. Three mana 2/2 Spirit. Orchard Spirit can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. Random power and toughness. Nothing particularly special. It's like it's a 3 mana 2/2 flyer. That's all it is. I can't be in love with that. I can't love a card like that. We got Obi-Rad, Goblin Game, the jank card. This is in its own category of complete jank. 7 mana. Each player bids at least one item. I've got myself remote control that controls the lights behind me. It's not a green screen, people. Now, then all players reveal them simultaneously. Each player loses life equal to the number of items they revealed. The player who revealed the fewest items then loses half their life, rounded up. If 2 or more players are tied for fewest, each loses half their life, rounded up. I have no idea how you make this card good. Like, is there any strategy behind this thing? I guess it's a weird burn spell, maybe, for 7 mana. You know what? It's okay. If it's around 50 cents, we're going to live with it. Because, you know, just remember, we're going to count cards that have been through the wash a few times. So it can linger around 50 cents. It's okay. I don't know how to use this card. Okay, it's sort of a weird burn spell. C tier. Really weird burn spell. Next super chat from Elixir. Thank you so much. Red Ramp Alpine Guide. Is it related to Goblin Guide by any chance? Probably not. This is a human. 3 mana 3/3. When the Alpine Guide enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a mountain card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. That's good. Is this not like a color shifted version of a green cards? Alpine Guide attacks each combat if able. Not the greatest, but we can live with it. When Alpine Guide leaves the battlefield, sacrifice a mountain. Oh no! So we have to really make use of that mountain while it's on the battlefield. It doesn't have haste, so we're okay there. Obi-Rad is like, for Goblin Game, you played against minimalist friends online. How do you resolve that card online? Okay, do you know what? If you need Revolt, I think this is your guy. So you can play this in a deck that needs some ramp, but also needs some Revolt. It's a really weird card, actually, for red, because it doesn't feel red at all. I'm going to put that in B tier. I can see it being played. I can see it having a purpose in this world. Okay, Mappius, Orchard Elemental. Nikachu, have you done a funny art show? I actually have not. I usually stay away from art shows just because at some point it's going to be insulting to the artist. But maybe if it's tasteful, we could do one day. Okay, we have a 6-mana 2/2 elemental. Has Council's Dilemma. When Orchard Elemental enters the battlefield, starting with you, each player votes for Sprout. We're voting for Sprout! What about Deeply and Flying? Okay, each player votes for Sprout or Harvest. It's the origin of Sprout. I didn't know Harvest was in the election. Put 2+1/+1 counters on Orchard Elemental for each Sprout vote. You gain 3 life for each Harvest vote. So 6 mana for at least a 4/4, and you might get some life gain out of this. Holy moly, voting for Sprout is real. It is real. And if you vote for Sprout, let me tell you, you get +1/+1 counters. Sprout will make you stronger. Better than ever before. So what can I expect out of this? Probably you get like a giant creature if you're playing Commander. You have like an 8/8 or a 6/6 and gain 3 life. The life gain's not bad. I think life gain is grossly underrated in Commander. As long as you're not getting combo killed instantaneously. You know what? I sort of can get behind this card. B tier. And what if you blink it? It's not a bad blink target. Okay, next super chat we've got from Meme Brulee with Ingenious Prodigy. The Ingenious Prod. Okay, Blue X for a 0/1 Human Wizard. I like the look of this card. It's got Skulk, can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. And it's not very powerful in the first place. Enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Oh, because it has X. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Ingenious Prodigy has 1 or more +1/+1 counters on it, you can remove a card from it. And if you do, draw a card. This card is fantastic. I mean, easily S tier. It's very flexible. You can play this early. You might be able to move counters from this thing, and it's a card drawing machine. And later on in the game, I have full confidence this could like kill somebody. Play it for like 1 billion mana. Even return it back to your hand with Genesis. That sounds like a great plan. S tier. I like that card. Yoli Washington with Embiggen. Biggin is a green instant. Until end of turn, target non-Brushwag creature gets +1/+1 for each super type card. Sorry, card type and sub type it has. What the hell? I don't even know what this does. Until end of turn, target non-Brushwag, so literally every other creature, gets +1/+1 for each super type, card type, and subtype it has. Oh, so if it's like artifact, creature, enchantment, it gets like +3/+3. Is that what I'm getting here? Is that what I'm getting? It's a pump spell. It's also a very situational pump spell. C tier. +1/+1 for each word in the type line, basically. Does it like really oh no, you can't be played on changelings because the changelings are Brushwags. Oh no, changeling decks. Finally, a card you actually can't play. It's singling you out. That's too bad. Okay, let's get to the next card. Let's get to Saxus with Barroom Brawl. We have a 2-mana sorcery. Target creature you control fights target creature the opponent to your left controls. Then that player may copy the spell and may choose new targets for the copy. What is this, Chain of Vapor for fighting? That's very funny. Target creature you control fights target creature the opponent to your left controls. I think this is a very political card. The only thing that could backfire on you is if they want to fight you back. Oh, no, they can't. Target creature you control fights target creature the opponent to your left controls. Hilarious. So then they have to keep choosing left. Everyone has to keep choosing until it goes right back to you. Seems sort of janky, but maybe it's okay. B tier. I don't see strict upside. Yeah, well, there's no Uno reverse. It just goes, it's just Uno loop. It's an Uno loop. Okay, Dominic with Galvanoth. Sounds dangerous. Now, does it live up to its name? This is a 5-mana 3/3 beast. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top card of your library. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Beautiful. That's card advantage, baby. Oh, it's only at the beginning of your upkeep. But you can stack. You know, in response, Sensei's Divining Top, A tier. Definitely some good potential with the Galvanoth. Galvanize something. Okay, Lil M, Mr. Doom. Disorienting choice. Oh, it's still MX Doom? Did someone take little MX Doom 5997? Disorienting choice. That's MX Doom to you. Okay, 4-mana sorcery. For each opponent, choose up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. For each permanent chosen this way, its controller may exile it. Then, if 1 or more of the chosen permanents are still on the battlefield, you search your library for up to that many land cards. Put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. I think this is a banger card. It's probably one of the greatest ramp cards in all of Commander. Hey, do you see that? There's a little guy over down here. The little somebody. We got to capture that in the image. 4 mana to... Like, does 4 mana get 4 lands in play sound bad? I think it sounds amazing. S tier. I actually think that's I think this is a very underrated, undervalued card. And if anything else, you might, late in the game, you might just, like, suck all the basic lands out of your deck. Is it basic lands or any deck? Any land? You search your library with that many land cards. You can be anything. Holy crap. This thing is busted. Arguably broken. Grabbing a ton of lands is just never bad, especially since they're not even basic lands. We can literally get any land here. Okay, next up, let's get Summer Mermaid Star. Big post, the Pandorica. Is 49 cents on a card Kingdom. That's good enough for me. I've threatened so many commanders with this little weird box. They can't even return it to the command zone because it phase. Oh, phasing. Well, don't worry. According to Scryfall, it's 23 cents. You're good. 3-mana legendary artifact. You may choose not to untap the Pandorica during your untap step. 2-mana tap. Untap another target non-land permanent. Then it phases out. Oh, it could be anything, not even something you control. It can phase back in for as long as the Pandorica remains tapped. When the Pandorica becomes untapped or leaves the battlefield, that permanent phases in. Ah, the ultimate commander removal. This is an excellent card. I think this is S tier. It's not even that expensive. It's hard to get good commander removal, and I think this does the job. It's Oblivion Ring, basically, for commanders. Yeah, nothing says you can't get phased out. The command zone rule only applies to exile. I believe exiling, or when it leaves the battlefield in any capacity. How does phasing exactly work? It's like it's on the battlefield but treated that it's not there or some crap like that. Something like that. Okay, Elixir super chat. Pestilent Spirit. Okay, 3-mana, 3/2 Spirit, Menace, Death Touch. Instant sorcery spells you control also have Death Touch. That's some potential. I don't really have much to say about it. It's a creature with power and toughness, some evasion. You don't want to touch this thing. Don't touch this. It's toxic. It'll sting like a damn jellyfish. And have a little bonus to your burn spells if you play any of them. It's not even for the phasing thing. Okay, who has no card yet? We've got Rodham with Search for Survivors. This is a 3-mana sorcery. Shuffle your graveyard. Why? An opponent chooses a card from it at random. Ah, okay. If that card is a creature card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, remove it from the game. This has super huge potential. So if you sculpt your graveyard with cards like Relic of Progenitus and Unlicensed Hearse, what else? Or you just dump a singular creature card from your hand, like you loot a singular creature card from your hand into the graveyard, then you will reanimate it immediately. And this is not even that expensive of a card. I think Search for Survivors, very underrated reanimation. S tier. Very nice. Not a lot of reanimation in red. That can be one of them. Trent Sims with Bludgeon Brawl. Bloody Bludgeon Brawl. This is a 3-mana enchantment. Each non-creature, non-equipment artifact is an equipment with equip X. An equipped creature gets +X/+0, where X is at artifacts. Converted mana cost. Oh, it turns all equipments into something. So all artifacts become equipments. That is so bizarre. I am not a huge fan of equipments. I think it's really mana intensive. I understand people love the strategy. I am not a huge fan of those strategies. I'll just say it's C tier. It's not the worst thing you can do, but I mean, I just think it's a really mana intensive thing to do. And if you equip like one creature and you kill it off, then you're in trouble. Of course, you know, you can put like some sort of protection equipment on it to give it hexproof, but still, even then, I'm not in love. Wow, there's so many people who have no card yet. All right, we got to get through them cards. The Red Scout, Steam Core Scholar. People are passionate about your bulk. 3-mana 2/2 Weird Detective, Flying and Vigilance. Very unusual abilities for a blue card. Enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an instant or sorcery card or a creature card with flying. This card is, I think, decent card advantage. Don't want to say it's mind-blowing crazy. You know what? 3-mana 2/2 Flying Vigilance. Some looting action. You could put that in a combo deck. Yeah, I'll put it still in the B tier. I think it's a high B tier card. Didn't we just do your card, Chisaru? Or no, we did Trent. Maybe it was Trent Sims. It was Trent Sims' card. It is great with Pure Steel or other cards that make equipment free. So you basically have to combo with it. Okay, not Trent Sims. Chisaru. Instruments of the Bards. And I'll get to somebody who instrument of the Bards. So green legendary artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a harmony counter on Instrument of the Bards. Pay 4, tap, search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to the number of harmony counters on Instrument of the Bards. Reveal it and put it into your hand. If that card is legendary, create a treasure token, then shuffle. You may put a harmony counter. It's a really slow, outrageously slow birthing pod. The advantage is you can get it out turn 1, and then you can start putting these harmony counters. But what about search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to the number of harmony counters, and that's it, and it's 4 mana to activate? I think this is really clunky. I really like the art. It's too bad. I like this. You know, this one person with a harp. And they seem to be one with nature. We have a little house cat in the background, which is a little bizarre. Hanging out with like the mountain lion and all this other actual wild animals. But I'm not feeling a lot of love for it. I think this card is very clunky. I think it's very clunky. I think it's usable. It's playable. You can play it. Let's see, like by turn 4, search your library. You make a treasure. I'm probably underrating the treasure part. This card is probably, like, it's high C tier, low B tier. That's the way I'm ranking this thing. It's a tutor. But unfortunately, here's the big problem. It tutors into your hand. So you spent 4 mana to put into your hand, and then you still got to spend mana to put something on the battlefield. And if you draw it late, you're waiting a very long time to tick this thing up to get it to where you need it to be or where you want it to go. So, that's the problem. Okay, we're going to look at more bull cards and rank them. But we got to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget, the Fusion Open happening in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada at the end of August, between the 30th and 31st. I will definitely be there. And, of course, buy your cards from Edge of Eternities. And also, is there not a new promo? Or we still got this promo? Oh, we have the deal of the week this week. Save 15% off all Streets of New Capenna singles. And guess what? I can even get an even better deal than that for you all. When you're buying cards from FusionGamingOnline.com with coupon code Nikachu, get 5% off. An additional 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online, play any deck, any format you want, at your convenience. There's no reason not to play a deck. on Magic Online. When you're renting with Mana Traders, you can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription with coupon code Nikachu_JTD. Okay, back to bulk nonsense. Just use Birthing Pod. You know what? Some people, they want more copies of a card. So, you know, like they play Birthing Pod, but then you'll play Instrument of the Bards. You're going to play Pyre of Heroes. So, you know, like people do play Birthing Pod. But there's only one Birthing Pod. And in Commander, you can't play more than one card. Okay, let's continue the show. I don't think Bryce got a super chat yet. Immovable Rod. This sounds like a joke card. Is this real? There's no acorn here. White artifact. You may choose not to untap Immovable Rod during your untap step. When Immovable Rod becomes untapped, venture into the dungeon. And for 4 mana, tap. For as long as Immovable Rod remains tapped, another target permanent loses all abilities and can't attack or block. It's just a weird removal spell. This looks like it has the same energy as this card. It's a 1 mana card, tap for 4. 1 mana card, tap for 4. Another target permanent loses all abilities and can't block. I don't mind this card. It's again, it's a little bit clunky. And you venture into the dungeon. This card may be better than I think it is. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna buff it up. You got like sort of a removal spell attached to it. Okay, it's high B tier, super high B tier. I like the flexibility of this thing. Gillum, how are you doing? Psychic Transfer. Benofsky says, Immovable Rod was my high school nickname. I don't need to know the origin of that nickname. They're both magic items from D&D. Ah, okay. So there was a flavor reason for it. Okay, then we have Psychic Transfer. Card I've never seen before. A 5-mana sorcery. If the difference between your life total and target player's life total is 5 or less, exchange life totals with that player. If the difference... So basically, okay, if you're at 10, I'm at 5, I can do a switcheroo. But if you're at 11, I'm at 5, we're not allowed to do that. So it's like, it's got to be close. This is just preventing people from, like, being really cheatsy. It's too much mana. Like, at best, what, you're just beating someone for 5 damage, right? I think that's a best case scenario. This is like just a really bad burn spell. Really expensive D tier. Just chilling gamers, Lovestruck Beast. This was a competitive card, I'll have everyone know. It's ya boy and Ted. For some reason, our tokens are falling in love with our creatures, but only the 1/1s. Okay, this is a 3-mana 5/5 Beast Noble. So you get a 5/5, and it can't attack unless you control a 1/1. Well, guess what? Heart's Desire is a sorcery for 1 green crit, a 1/1 white human creature token. Used to see a ton of play in Pioneer, and I believe this was a standard staple at the time. So I think outside of those formats, the card, it's just a big beater. That's basically what it is. It's a big, chunky beat stick. But, I mean, it has synergy with, like, Mana Dorks, right? Turn 1, Llanowar Elf. Turn 2, Lovestruck Beast. It works. It does work. Okay, it's pretty good for being a chunky beater. A tier. Next up, let's take a look at Real Different Hirobi Death's Wail. Hirobi. Was it Shinobi? I thought it was Hirobi. Did I spell it wrong? Hirobi. Doesn't exist. Oh, what is it? Death's Wail? Where's our Death's Wail? Come on. Death's Wail. Horobi. You know what? I thought you were right anyway. I'm not gonna blame you. I thought it was Hirobi too. Okay, it's a 4-mana 4/4 spirit flying. Whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, destroy that creature. Oh, this is symmetrical. So it could hit you, but it also could hit the opponents. In fact, if you're a lot lower on creatures, this is going to be massive pain for your opponent. Not to mention, there are some cards out there that let you target almost everything. I think this has big potential. It's not even that expensive. It's a decent... It has flying. I think it's a decently large creature. And if you're playing Commander, you can have an annoying Commander. Yeah, I like it. A tier. Kappa Cannoneer is only 50 cents, but maybe not bulk. It's funny you say this, Kappa Cannoneer. I mean, this thing's... It's broken. Is this real? Hold on. I'm in the Espanol. It is really cheap. I guess there's just not enough decks for this card. It sees play in Legacy and is now seeing very good play in Modern. 6 mana, 4/4. You can improvise it onto the battlefield, though. Ward 4, which means that's never getting touched. And whenever Kappa Cannoneer or another artifact enters the battlefield, it gets +1/+1, is unblockable. I don't even think S tier is strong enough to depict this card. This is easily S tier plus. I mean, it's above and beyond anything in the S tier. At least as 60 card competitive Magic is concerned, this card might suck in Commander for all I know. They printed it into the ground. They printed it all into the ground. Tobias Pause with Reality Scramble. From Token to Eldrazi. Is it? Okay, 4 mana sorcery. Put target permanent you own on the bottom of your library. Reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a card that shares a card type with that permanent. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And you have Retrace. You want to put a token? Put target permanent you own. Oh, is it going to count that? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's like red polymorph. I can get behind that. It's like red polymorph. A tier. Arguably S tier, actually. But you know what? That could be a combo card. That it has what reveal cards on top of your line until you shares a card. Oh, it only has to be card type. Hold on, is token a card type? No, card type would be creature. Maybe token is like a subtype or something. I don't know how to define that, but I understand. Yeah, so you can like basically get rid of an enchantment, go find an enchantment, and so on. Well, Stormy Cat says Kappa Cannoneer is good in Commander too. All right, I take your word for it. I take your word for it. Next up, we got a lot of super chats from Little MX Doom. Little MX Doom. Tireless Tracker. How is this so cheap? I think the game passed it by. It also looks like it was printed into the ground. 3 mana for a 3/2 human scout. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, investigate. That's value. It's one of those clues. It's a card. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Very, very good card. I mean, it's incredible value. And like you get extra lands on the battlefield. You have more clues. You have a lot more artifacts on the battlefield. Easy S tier. Okay, we got Benovsky. Why my homeboy Garland is less than a dime. Oh, is this your commander? Is this your baby? Oh, this is new. Oh wow, this card must be a real stinker. It's a Final Fantasy card. All those Final Fantasy cards are like hundreds of dollars. This thing premieres at 10 cents. Okay, it's a 2 mana 3/2. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, surveil 1. That's not bad. 7 mana to transform this thing at sorcery speed. It turns on into Chaos the Endless, a 5/5 flyer. When it dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. This thing sucks. This is awful. Like, what does it do? It's literally... Okay, I'll tell you what it is. It's a 2 mana 3/2. That's all it is. And you have the option to spend 7 mana to turn into a 5/5 creature. We have sunk. How much money do we sink into this thing? 2, 7. So we sank 9 mana for a 5/5 flyer that didn't even really do anything. This card's awful. Random power and toughness. C tier. I know why it's not higher than 10 cents. Have we done my super chat Scourge familiar? Oh no, it's in line. I'm gonna get to you. Don't worry, I promise. I promise you, John. Will Anderson, Shell of the Last Kappa. What the hell? Of Kappa Cannoneer? Is there like a lore that I don't know about? The Kappa... Oh my god! It's the Turtle's Shell! 3 mana legendary artifact, and it's old! This is a Champions Kamigawa card. 3 mana tap, remove from the game, target instant or sorcery spell that targets you. Removed from the game, target instant... Oh, from the stack! 3 mana tap... It's like a counter spell. Pay 3, tap, sacrifice Shell of the Last Kappa. You may play a land card removed from the game with Shell of the Last Kappa without paying its mana cost. How did that happen? Remove from the game, target instant or sorcery. I don't know how this card ever removed a land. You may play... Oh, no, sorry. It just says you may play a card removed from the game. I see. It's okay. It's okay. It protect, it attack, but most importantly... It's what's on. It came from a turtle's back. We'll put in the B tier. Okay, let's get to John. John wants to see the Scourge Familiar. This is a 5 mana 3/2 Phyrexian Imp flying. Discard a card. Add a black. So a decent Madness Enabler, but it's a bit expensive at 5 mana. I think that's the only downside to it. Like, I don't mind free discard. I don't mind extra mana ramp, but I do mind 5 mana just to initially get this thing out in the first place. So I'm going to put that in the C tier. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the greatest. I wish I could say more for you, John. I wish I could say more. Felicia. I was sort of looking out for you, Felicia. You're usually coming in late. I feel like you're one of the last person to get their card chosen, so I wanted to get you before the very end of the show. Okay, Lumbering World Wagon? Is that what you had? The Lumbering World Wagon. Okay, Lumbering World Wagon. 3 mana for a Star 4 vehicle. Its power is equal to the number of lands you control. Whenever this vehicle enters or attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. This thing is amazing. This is like ramp every single turn. Very, very good card. Arguably a S tier. I'm going to put an A tier. You do have to crew this thing and attack with it every turn. Next up, let's get... Little MX Doom with Dakon! Shadow Slayer. Okay, You know what? I used to think this was underrated, but no one is playing this card, so probably it is very accurately rated. 3 mana for a 0 loyalty Planeswalker, but for as much mana as you spend to cast it. It enters the battlefield with a number of loyalty counters equal to the number of lands you control. So if you're cheating on lands, well, then this is not very good. +1 Surveil 2, which is fine, but it doesn't interact with the board. -3 is good, but you really need to have 4 lands in play when you cast this card. And then -6, you can put an artifact card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. I mean, I like this card. I think this is underrated. Maybe the problem is playing a 3-color artifact deck is the issue. So, I'm going to have to put in B tier. This guy has had a lot of time. And has done nothing with it. It's completely wasted all that time, frankly. David Sampson. Scholar of the Lost Trove. This is a 7 mana 5/5 Sphinx. Flying. When Scholar of the Lost Trove enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant, sorcery, or artifact card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If an instant or sorcery card spell cast this way would be put into a graveyard from this turn, exile it instead. 7 mana, non-flash, Snapcaster Mage. You know what? I actually think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. It reminds me of that Titan card. There's like a blue 6/6 creature with flash for 6 mana. This is one mana more. It's not that good. It's not Snapcaster Mage, but it's got the vibes. Okay, so if you need extra Snapcaster mages, I think this is your Sphinx right over here. Hexanort, Kiora, Rising Tide. Oh, this card. You know what? This is underrated. I think the right deck needs to be built with it, though. 3 mana, 3/2 Merfolk Noble. So enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. So I think like that's the sole part of this card you have to be building around it. So like the problem with this card is it's a Merfolk. So if you try to build a Merfolk deck around it, it's not going to work. Like you have to be building some sort of graveyard-based spells matter deck around your Kiora. And I think a lot of those decks are just not looking at this. They want to use their graveyard for other ways of winning the game, not putting 8/8 octopuses in play. Because if you have Threshold, so 7 more cards in your graveyard, and you attack with Kiora, you get a legendary 8/8 blue octopus creature token. I think maybe also another problem with this card is that you're capped at 1 8/8. That's it. If you could make an 8/8 every turn, that might be like a complete game changer, but you can't. So do you know what? We're gonna say this is A tier. I do like this card. Probably is much better than it looks. Way higher than 50 cents. This is according to Scryfall. Oh, you can't even see. 50 cents. It's not that bad. It's not that expensive. No one plays this card. Nobody. You play that card? I should be playing that card. Okay, Integer Devourer. I like the name. That's a cool name. Blood Oath. I'm guessing creature against Nikachu, huh? Yeah, you'd guess right. 4 mana instant. Choose a card type. Target opponent reveals their hand. Blood Oath deals 3 damage to that player for each card of the chosen type revealed this way. The card types are artifact, creature, instant, land, and sorcery. You might be just as good for land, though, for each card chosen. Oh, I guess, yeah, creature is going to be the most preferable one. Is there anyone that you're going to really nail with this thing? Oh, you know what you could do? Somebody who taps out and draws a billion cards in 1 turn. That actually might work out. That might be okay. It's a bit situational. Like, you have to... Hey, where's my picture? I want my picture. There we go. I got my picture. B tier. It's a bit expensive for a burn spell. And there's not even any guarantee it's going to work. Okay, I'm letting you know, little MX2. I'm gonna get to all your super chats at the end. Also, you too, Kagan. You're gonna help. All you guys are gonna help extend the show a lot longer. Except Bryce. I don't think Bryce got a super chat, so let's get to yours. Snake Pit. And then so all these super chats are gonna help give people another chance to get on this show. Okay, we have a 4 mana enchantment. Whenever an opponent plays a blue or black spell, you can put a 1/1 green snake creature token into play. This thing seems awesome. It actually looks pretty good. If you can ramp this thing out early, I don't see how... Like, who doesn't play blue or black in Magic the Gathering? I think it's decent value. A tier. You will make a snake army. They have to play into it. Jackal Gaming with Power Sync. Isn't that a counterspell? Decent counterspell for like 8 cents. Not really. Believe it or not, there's a million of these counterspells out there. It's okay. It's a blue X instant. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X. And if they don't, the player taps all lands with mana abilities they control and empties their mana pool. So like, usually if you can't pay for this thing, like you're already tapped out for the most part. And there's like a lot of blue X counter spells. Another problem is it's really, really expensive for a counter spell. So if someone has like 4 mana up, then you need to pay 5 in order to counter the thing. And then they don't even if they can't pay. Oh, I guess if they can't pay, they can't play anything after that on that turn. But you still need all the mana up. Not in love with Power Sync. Sorry, I can't be in love with this card. C tier. It's one of the more unique blue X counterspells, though. I will admit that. Next up, Pyrofox with Immodane, the Pyro Hammer. The hammer. Okay, 4 mana for a 4/4. I recognize this person from somewhere. I don't know where. Whenever an instant or sorcery spell you control that targets only a single creature deals damage to that creature, Imodaine deals that much damage to each opponent. Isn't this card insane? Instant or sorcery spell you control that targets only a single creature. Deals damage to that creature. Okay, I see. So it like turns everything into a Searing Blaze. I think that's totally fine. I would say it's difficult to use though, because you have to be playing with a lot of individual burn spells. So I'm gonna be putting the B tier. I like this card, but I can see the downside. You have to basically build your deck with a bunch of like singular burn spells, and it's probably not a very efficient thing to do. At least not in Commander. It's probably a lot better card in what's it called in 101. Pedgeman gonna defend the Power Sink. Power Sink is fun with Mind Splice Apparatus. It can make it cheaper and cheaper until you can cast X equals 4 with a single mana. Look at that. Pedgeman loves those cards. Who have we not got yet? Stranger Candy. Sadistic. Hypnotist. This is a 5 mana 2/2 human minion. Sacrifice a creature. Target player discards 2 cards. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcerer. This side looks great. Free sack outlet. Also rip out somebody's hand like crazy. It's expensive though for 5 mana. For that I'll put in the B tier. I like the ability though. I don't think it's bad at all. So, but also by the time you get to 5 mana, you probably have a bunch of mana dorks and walls and a bunch of random crap you can sacrifice anyway. So you'll there's a very good chance that by the time you put this in play, somebody's hand is going to be gone. They're not going to have a hand. Combo players beware. Hollow 53 with Wreck Hunter. Wreck Hunter is a 2 mana 2/2 human artificer flash. Is there many flash creatures in black? When Wreck Hunter enters the battlefield, choose target player. You create a tap Power Stone token for each non-land card in that player's graveyard. That was put there from the battlefield this turn. That sounds really niche. It sounds highly specific. I get a Power Stone token for each non-land card in that player's graveyard. So basically, if someone wiped the board, I'm gonna get a bunch of Power Stone tokens, which are useless. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells, but we can use it for abilities. I'm not loving this card, but I don't have any good reason to hate it either. It just seems so very niche and specific. I think it's a high C tier level card, but low B tier. Very situational. You got to get it in at just the right moment. Not bad due to legacy because of fetches. For each non-land card. So basically, it can only create Power Stones off of, like, creatures. And ideally, like, the board got wiped. So, like, it needs a very specific board, and it needs a very specific, like, sweeper spell. Or maybe you made the sweeper spell? I don't know. Like, it's... You know, at 2 mana, 2/2, flash creature, potential ramp looks great, right? But actually, I think it's pretty clunky. Okay, we got Pedgeman with Stoneheart Dignity. This card's great, locking people out of attacking me for ages. Stoneheart. What's it called? Stonehorn. You've been locking people out of attacking for ages. Back in my Birthing Pod standard deck. Otherwise, my boy Risen Reef. No, don't worry. Stonehorn Dignitary has also locked me out many times. Versus Soul Herder Blink Strategies. 4 mana for a 1/4. ETB. Target opponent skips their next combat phase. Banger card. Now, it's got its vulnerabilities. If you kill this thing, I mean, the party's over. But if they don't kill the thing, it is really upsetting. And there's a lot of decks that have synergy. Like I said, Soul Herder. If you have any sort of blink strategy, you can just lock your opponent from attacking you for the rest of the game. Do we have any super chatters that are not Little MX Doom and Kagan? The answer is no. but I'll get them. I'll get to y'all. Voltlin with Roaring Furnace. Oh, it's a room. 2 mana for the red one. When you unlock this door, it deals damage equal to the number of cards in your hand to target creature an opponent controls. So it's just 2 mana, deal damage equal to the cards in hand. Then we have the Steaming Sauna. A 5 mana, you have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. That's not bad, actually. I think this is good utility. You have a decent burn spell, and on the other side, you have decent card advantage. We actually need to take this as a group. It's not that bad. I'm gonna squish you though. You're gonna get squish. Gonna put in the B tier. It might be a little bit better than B tier. It's a high B tier card. Next up, who doesn't have a card yet? Indiana Jones. With Orcish Lumberjack. Is that the ramp card? Orcish. Is it Orcish Lumber? Oh, I didn't spell orc right. The Orcish Lumberjack. Yeah, the red 1/1 tap sack of forest. Add 3 mana in any combination of red or green to your mount. This thing's insane. It's so good. Basically turns every forest into Black Lotus. What's wrong with that? Wow, I can't believe not enough people are playing this card. S tier. That's definitely S tier level ramp. Forest into Black Lotus. You can't go wrong with that, people. Lasthian with the Cursed Recording. I don't remember this card. Oh, I thought it was something completely different. Okay, 4 mana for an artifact. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a time counter on your Cursed Recording. Then if there are 7 or more time counters on it, remove those counters and it deals 20 damage to you. Huh? Tap when you next cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. What's the point of this thing? When you cast an instant or sorcery card, put a time counter. If there are 7 or more time counters on it, remove those counters. It deals 20 damage to you. Tap when you next cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell. Oh, I see. So we actually just don't want these damn counters. We want to copy things for a while. And the copies aren't gonna count either. So it's 4 mana to get double your spells to storm off. I have no experience with this card. I actually don't know how good or bad it is. I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but I really can't say it's good, so I'm gonna put in the B tier. And I think that's fair. Yeah, play it with Solemnity would work. Die in 7 turns, aka the Ring reference. Oh, is it? Yeah. I never saw the movie. I have no idea. The Poetic Dragon. You look up the Tarrasque. You look up. Yeah, it's 5 mana, but it has had so many applications if you have the mana. My favorite being a random Death Touch creature, turning it into essentially a one-sided board wipe. Okay, so this is a 5 mana instant. That's fine. Choose one. Run and hide. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you and creatures you control this turn. That's terrible. But the other one is Gather Your Courage. Target creature gets +5/+5 and gains indestructible. Until end of turn, all creatures your opponents control able to block that creature do so this turn. Yeah, it's fine. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you and creatures. Oh, I see. This is a one-sided fog. Only prevent all combat damage would dealt to you and creatures you control, so you can make all your best blocks and then get them good. But it's still like a really limited card. It's good for limited. Okay, so this is... I think it's weak B tier, high C tier. I'm going to put in the C tier. It's a high C tier, okay? It doesn't belong with all this other rubbish in here. But it's a very clunky answer. Or it's a clunky, what's it called? Gotham card, essentially. Okay, let's get to our super chats. So for each one of these super chats, we'll definitely interchange with One of you fine folk in the freebie section. Okay, Little MX Doom with Renaissance Technician. Oh, sorry, Resonance Technician. 5 mana, 4/4, a weird detective. All right, taking the title of this show a little literally. Flying, enters the battlefield. You may discard a card. If you do, investigate twice. That's not bad. Tap X, untapped artifacts you control, which we made. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control with mana value X. You may choose new targets for the copy. I think that's not bad. I mean, it's, you know what? I mean, it's like a 5 mana 4/4 flyer just by itself with upside. A lot of upside, mind you. I think it's a little... Okay, I'm going to put in B tier. I don't know if it's strong enough for the A tier. No, maybe it is. Maybe it is. We create card advantage. We can double our instants and sorceries, and we're a 4/4 beater in the sky. Do you want... Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, who has no card yet? Tanya with Call of the Wild. Four-mana enchantment, and for 4 mana, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into play. That's insane. Otherwise, put in your graveyard, which is also not a bad outcome. So if you can sculpt the top of your deck with Surveil cards, with Sensei's Divining Top, you're just spending 4 mana, put amazing cards onto the battlefield. Now, it is a little clunky because you can't use it immediately in multiple ways, but I think it's worth building around. A tier. Oh, it's pronounced Tarisk. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, who else has no card yet? We got Jeff. Oh, no, sorry, hold on, Jeff. I gotta okay, I'm not gonna forget about you, Jeff, but I do have to. I gotta divide everything with the super chats. Dragon Shadow from Kagan is the best of its cycle. The Shadow of the Dragon. Okay, 2-mana enchant creature. Aura! An aura! Okay, the enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has fear. When a creature with converted mana cost 6 or more comes into play, you may return Dragon Shadow from your graveyard to play, enchanting that creature. So basically, so that's like sort of like Rancor, I guess. Yeah, I can get behind this. You know, the problem with auras is like if the creature dies, you lose your card. But in this case, so now that I'm assuming you're gonna play this with dragon cards, like other actual flyers. Which then means this is like a flying, basically unblockable creature. B tier. Okay, let's give... who was I trying to give a card to? Jeff. Micromancer. This is a 4-mana 3/3 human wizard. It's from Foundations. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an instant or sorcery card with mana value 1, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Here's a good question. What's like the best thing you can get for 1 mana? Like, you're not going to get Ancestral Recall. If you could get that, then this card goes up in value. But I think like what I'm thinking of, because it's only instant and sorceries. If it was artifacts, it's a little bit better. I think it's a little expensive for what it does. I don't mind. Well, I think that's fine. You're spending 5 mana for a 3/3 that enters the battlefield and does Brainstorm. I don't think it's not going to blow my mind. Swan Song is not bad if you need to, but then everyone knows about it. If she is a micromancer, then why isn't she romancing a microphone? Summer Mermaid Star. Serum Visions, Ponder Force. But yeah, I think all these cards suck. I'm not in love with any of those cards. C tier. I think the value is bad. If we spent 2 mana on this card, 3 mana maybe, 4 mana is too much. 4 mana it's a bit too much for me. Okay, Little MX Doom. With Crime Novelist. Three mana 1/3 Goblin Bard. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Crime Novelist, and you add a red. I think this is great. A lot of sacrifice cards out there. or a lot of sacrifice artifacts, or you can even in red, you can most definitely intentionally sacrifice your artifacts, and you get ramp out of that. I think that's A tier worthy. And it sort of has, like, I don't know, it has a protective body at 1/3. Not the worst thing in the world. Who has no card yet? I don't know if Aaron got one. Throne of Empires. Richard says, well, they could make a card where you pay 1 mana, then you pay the rest of the mana next turn and make the card really good, like Replica of Seething Song combined with the blue commander card. Like, maybe, yeah, they could do that. Throne of Empires, a 4-mana artifact. Pay 1, tap, put a 1/1 white soldier creature token onto the battlefield. Put 5 of those tokens on the battlefield instead if you control artifacts named Crown of Empires and Scepter of Empires. I think that's a bit too much. It's a little too much work to get online. I don't know how expensive those other cards are. I do know this is a 4-mana. It's basically 5 mana to just get a 1/1 in play. Okay, without knowing what the other cards are, I have to vote this very, very low, actually. This is one of the worst mana. This is one of the worst token producers of all time. But I don't know. Like, okay, let's look at them. What is it? Crown of Empires? Crown of Empires. And the Scepter of Empires. So if we have 2, so this one's, and it was just the Scepter of Empires. This is like a really hard combo to get online. This is 3 mana. No. Nope. This is poop. It's poop. I'm sorry. It's poop. Little MX Doom. Agitator Ant. Don't piss off this ant. It's a 3-mana 2/2 insect. At the beginning of your end step, each player may put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature they control. Then go to each creature that had counters put on it this way. Let's put each player may put. Oh, fascinating! Everyone attacks everyone but you. I like that. It's fine. It's fine. I have no idea how the ramifications of playing this card, but I think it's fine. A tier. I'm gonna have to shrink this thing down a bit. Gotta make room for some more A tier level cards. I have a feeling nobody's gonna be getting 2 cards today. Islarf with Requisition Raid. What the hell mana cost is it? It's got like a white mana symbol and a plus sign at the top. What is that supposed to mean? Anyway, it's a spree. It's a +1 card. They're trying to let us know that's spree. +1. Destroy target artifact. +1. Destroy target enchantment. +1. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls. So for 3 mana, we can. So for 2 mana, we can destroy an enchantment. It's like Strictly Better Disenchant. Oh no, it's sorcery. But you can hit 2 at once. +1, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls. The target is probably going to be you. Richard said, I won with the red ant and Pithecus before, and my opponent was crying. Poor opponent. Don't bully them with the ants. Attack of the ants. I think this card's fine-ish. I'm not in love with it because effects like this are so much more powerful when they're at instant speed, not sorcery speed. But I don't mind the flexibility of it, so I'm going to put it in the B tier. What do we have next? Whose card was this? Oh, this was a freebie card. Okay, back to the super chats. Little MX Doom, Rumor Gatherer. 3 mana 2/1 Elf Wizard Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can scry 1. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, you draw a card instead. This is fantastic. Very good in token strategies, right? Because as you put like more and more creatures in play, whenever another creature enters, if you get 3 tokens at the same time, is this going to trigger like the second half of this thing? Like, I would like to think yes, but I don't know for sure. Pedgeman says cards that are linked, like Throne of Empires, are shown in the right of the card above Prince. Oh yeah, you're right. I totally forgot about that. Thank you very much, Pedgeman. Yes, it will trigger. Okay, this card's awesome. Not actually broken, but it's pretty good. I like it. Okay, S tier. That's good. That is very good value. That's very good value at a very good price. The body is not that great. 1 toughness. Could be problems, but it's okay. Next up, we've got Kagan with Flash in Swamp Mosquito. And attacking. A 2-mana 0/1 insect with flying. When it attacks and isn't blocked, defending player gets a poison counter. A player with 10 or more poison counters losing the game. I mean, it's on color if you want to be playing like an infect deck, right? It works. It's in the air. It's basically a 1/1. The only problem with this card is you can't pump it up. Pump spells are not going to do anything. But I'll put in the B tier. Running out of space in this B tier. Okay, are we... No, we still have some people who never got a card yet. Energy Tap. Was that blue ramp spell? Blue sorcery. Tap and untap... Sorry, tap target untap creature you control. If you do, add an amount of colorless equal to that creature's mana value. I have no idea if this is good or not. It seems okay. You know, I've been investigating those Urza decks, and they play this card. I guess the problem is it's hard for blue to play this card because they usually don't have a whole lot of creatures. Certainly not any big creatures. Okay, A tier. I might be overrating this card, like just grossly overrating this card. Okay, Little MX Doom. Last card, but not your last super chat. The Cloud Skin Kieran. Sorry, Cloud Steel. Cloud Steel Kieran, 3-mana, 3/2. Equipment, it's a flyer. Equipped creature has flying, and your opponents can't lose the game. Your opponents can't win the game. Reconfigure. I don't know how to evaluate cards like this. If they are at all amazing or not. Your opponents can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Equipped creature, yeah, I guess so. So we just basically prevent Thassa's Oracle. For the most part. The problem is if the creature dies, this does nothing. And it's really expensive. You attach it to creatures for 5 mana. And it has to be an equipped creature. I'm not in... I think it's expensive. I'm actually going to put... It's a unique ability. It's a really nice ability, but I think it's so expensive. I'm going to put it in the C tier. Not to mention, it can just die. Just die itself before you equip it to anything. Dingleberg just got here. Death's Approach. Okay, we have a black aura, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets -X/-X, where X is the number of creature cards in its controller's graveyard. It's not bad. It can be a decent removal spell. It's not going to be good early in the game. It'll just be a lot better later in the game. For 1 mana, I think that's okay. I think it's okay. B tier. If it was a little bit more playable earlier, I could give it a higher rating. And... Okay, Little X, not a card. You should do a flavor text tier list. That's so subjective, but I don't know, maybe. Okay, that's a donation from Lil MX Doom. Who's gonna get this donation? You can't lose? Hold on. Equipped creature has flying set, and you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Oh yeah, sorry. I said it wrong, but I still understood it. So we're like preventing people from winning with Thassa's Oracle, and we can't lose, but still it's very expensive to equip. Or sort of reconfigure, I should say. Okay, there's a lot of no 2 cards here, no 2 cards. Okay, this is why I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm not gonna choose one of you people completely at random. Okay, you're gonna get the super chat and the closest. Okay, who do I select? Heirloom Epic. It's your lucky day, Summer Mermaid Star. Heirloom Epic. I have this in my Kina deck to teach my various tokens how to read. What? Draw me cards. This is a cute art. Okay, 1 mana artifact. Pay 4, tap, draw a card. For each mana in this ability's activation cost, you may tap an untapped creature you control rather than pay the mana. Activate only as a sorcery. I think that's okay. Oh, wait a minute. For each one, you may untap. Activate only as a sorcery. So we're spending 5 mana to draw a card? What the hell is this? This is terrible. I'm going to reread this. 1 mana, artifact, pay 4, tap, draw a card. But for each mana in this ability's activation cost, I may tap an untapped creature. So I can tap 4 creatures to draw a card. Yeah, bingo, cute art. Okay, this card's terrible. This card is awful. This is the most expensive card draw. One of the most expensive card draws I've ever seen in my life. D tier. Okay, we're going to give Epic Nate the final card. Necrosynthesis. Necrosynthesis. Whatever the hell that does. You spend 1 mana and tap 4 creatures to draw. Terrible. Absolutely terrible value. Okay, this is an aura for 2 mana. Enchanted creature has whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. When enchanted creature dies, look at the top X cards of your library where X is its power. Put one of those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. This is one of the better auras out there for sure, but it still has a lot of problems. Also, your creature might die without this thing getting even all that big. C tier. C tier, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen in the world. All right. What a wonderful tier list of bulk cards. Actually, these are fascinating bulk cards. It's amazing what you can play in Magic the Gathering for less than 50 cents. Presented right here, everyone. Would you have done anything differently? And is there any other weird bulk and Magic the Gathering cards that should have been on here? Let me know in the comment section below. So as usual, my coffee crew. We do this show weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thanks so much, everyone, for being here today with all your suggestions. People like Pedgeman, Christopher B, Little MX Doom, Summer Mermaid Star, Richard, Toilet Duck. We got Tanya in the house, Old Boy, David Sampson, Benjamin Berkey, Brawley Shadow was here. Steve Cooper, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. We're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.